Welcome back, folks. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Bob Archer. Bob, folks, is the president and CEO of Great Panther Silver. You've heard him many times right here on TFNN. Great Panther's trading at $1.82. We do happen to own Great Panther Silver. Bob Archer, welcome back to TFNN.
Thanks, Tom. Great to be here.
It's great to have you. You know, you've had a heck of a run. You know, I mean, we've had a heck of a market. Let's put it this way, in the gold and silver market this past year. You know, last January it was a heck of a run. All the equities went one way, meaning up from January to July. Then we had that pullback, and in your case, it was kind of intriguing actually because you know the rest of these equities, you know, had taken off and start moving higher, you know, the last few weeks, but you start moving higher going all the way back to November. So tell us, what's going on with Great Panther, Bob?
Well, it was, certainly, Tom, it was a great year, recovering from the lows of 2015. But you know, we had a great year last year from a production standpoint, really got our costs down significantly. But then we managed to raise some money mid-year, and which put us in a really good position with a really strong balance sheet in order to be able to follow through on an acquisition that we had been working on for some time, and that was the Coricancha mine in Peru. And we announced that on December 19th. And the market has responded very favorably to that, and the share price has come up accordingly.
Now, let me ask you, you know, I know that you have two mining operations in Mexico that are, you know, great operations. The peso itself, you know, has got hurt. Now, and that's a shame for the folks in Mexico, but does that help your expense ratio, like, you know, down in Mexico, Bob?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely, Tom. That's been one of the key factors in us being able to get our unit costs down last year and even the year before, because most of our costs are in pesos, and revenues are in U.S. dollars. So that exchange rate really has been very favorable for us.
Nice. Now, okay, so let's talk a little bit about this new potential production in Peru. Tell us about this.
Well, it's a very exciting opportunity. It's a project that we've known about for some time. We had an option agreement on it actually from May of 2015 through to May of 2016, but decided to terminate the option agreement, not because we didn't like the project, but just because we felt that you know, we could do a better or have a better negotiation on the terms of the deal. Okay. And we've done that. We restructured the deal and you know, finalized that, and so it's very, very good terms for us. And it's a past-producing mine. It's been on care and maintenance since 2013 when metal prices first dropped, and it's owned by a Nearstar, which is a very large company based out of Europe and a smelting and trading company. And so mining isn't really their core focus. And so they've been told by their new management to basically sell off all of the mining assets around the world. So that put us in a very good position to negotiate, you know, a good deal structure. And you know, the project has a very significant resource that we're going to be updating in the next few months here by Q2. And our intent is to try and place this back into production by roughly mid-2018, thereabouts. We'll be doing a PEA, a preliminary economic assessment, this year, and that'll give us a better handle on the economics and so on. But at this point, we're estimating it's going to take about $25 million to bring it back into production. And the nice thing is that with the financing we did in the summer, you know, we're fully financed to do that. We don't have to go back to market to bring this to production.
And you know, folks, inside the mining business, when you're talking about an aspect of, let's say, whether it's, you know, 18 to 20 months, that is very quick to get a mine up and going. And I guess that had to do with they were maintaining the mine when they actually weren't mining. Would that be correct, Bob?
Yeah, that's correct, Tom. There is a fully permitted 600-ton per day plant on site, and the work that we'll be doing will be largely to kind conduct some maintenance repairs and upgrades and such on the plant, as well as some rehabilitation of the mine itself, and improve on some of the access ways, do some drilling underground and surface in order to better define the resource and prove up additional areas for production. But it is a very high-grade resource, and we're optimistic, I guess, at this point. You could say that at full production, the mine would be capable of putting out about 3 million ounces silver equivalent on an annual basis, which would be about a 75% increase in production for us. So it's a very, very significant bump up, should that play out starting in 2018.
How cool is that? And listen, folks, Great Panther Silver, the website is greatpanther.com. Now, as you go over to that, folks, you're going to see there's a 2016 PowerPoint right there. You're going to see corporate presentation January 16th. Pull that up, because there's some great information there. And I'd like to just go back to the Mexico mines just for a second and talk about the cost of production, Bob. So talk to us, because I'm going through this presentation right now, and it's pretty clear that you're maintaining some really low cost.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. We did manage to really drive our costs down last year, and as I mentioned, a big part of that was the exchange rate. But we don't have our costs out yet for Q4 or for the full year. But nonetheless, we were able to keep our costs down quite significantly, and we were fairly confident that the costs will come in below the lower end of our guidance for the year. And the company did generate free cash flow last year, even with lower metal prices, and so it was a good year all around. And
it's been a heck of a ride, hasn't it?
No, indeed. Yeah, certainly volatile, and that makes it exciting, I guess. But it'd be nice to see some of that volatility smooth out a little bit. But I'm not so confident that's going to happen.
No,
there's just a lot of uncertainty in the world these days.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and you can see what is intriguing. Like our U.S. dollar today. My take on it is that it just failed on price and volume. So I suspect, it's going to be pretty wild if this January plays out kind of like last January going up. I guess we're all going to see how that definitely plays out. Folks, as you are listening to this, remember you can go to greatpanther.com. You're going to see that presentation right on the front page. And as you go through it, it's quite clear. There's some great numbers out there, so check it out. Well, listen, it's great having you on. Of course, we love your stock. We've owned your stock for quite a while. And it is. I know you know what I do with this price and volume deal. And I was always trying to figure out, like, how the heck is this going to get back to the high? Because when you get a high volume high, which your equity has. The way that I do things is like that's going to go back and it's going to go, test this $5 area. It's like Peru just might do it, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to good days ahead, Tom.
Have a great one, Bob. Have a safe one. Thanks so much.
Thanks, you too. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Today, it's hard to tell